Spain in the red with Mexico in their traditional white jerseys. For the winners, they will progress to take on Zimbabwe in a match later on this afternoon. For the losers, it's the end of their Hong Kong tournament, and Spain now looking to move the ball out wide. Good passage of play for them with control here. Number 5 is Lavino. One way, then the other. Fairjaw. Martin. Coming back on the cut is Blanco, who scored one of the earlier tries for them. He's an interesting character, and we'll get to him a little bit later. But Mexico with first possession inside their own 22. Carlos Blanco, the hooker, number 2 for Spain, born in Sydney, Australia, the 26-year-old, is a Spanish father and a New Zealand Maori mother. One cap for the 15-a-side team, and he's returned to his father's homeland, plays for the Vigo University here on debut, and he actually scored the first try for Spain in their match against South Africa on Friday night. I don't see that too often with the foot being up, and more chances for Spain. They get it wide. This will be the opening try, and it's going to be a good one to Martin. Pedro Martin, the 23-year-old that we mentioned in the intro. Second try here. 13 caps, 15-a-side, and look at this, the penalty. And they just pushed it wide. Look at Mexico. They hadn't really recovered. It's too simple, really. The missed pass, and then just the step on the inside. Cover coming across from Rios, not quick enough. And the conversion is good. 2 minutes gone. Spain lead by 7. Spoke with the Mexico coach, Pierre Simon. There he is on screen. Perfect timing. McAndrew Bay in Dunedin. Lived in Auckland for 9 years. He's travelled to Mexico for his OE experience, and he's ended up staying there. Said to me that a realistic goal for the weekend. They're delighted that the IRB have actually invited them to this tournament. Absolutely thrilled to be here. And speaking with him the other night, he said that he got a video put together because his players wouldn't believe the atmosphere and what it was going to be like here for them. And he said they've just been starstruck, not only by the big buildings here in the central city, but also the atmosphere here in the stadium. A realistic goal was for them to hopefully win a game, and this is the game that they have targeted. So are Mexico able to strike back? Just see there the physicality of the teams, where 4 players from Mexico into that ruck. You compare that to sides like New Zealand, Australia or South Africa, where it's normally cleared out by 1, so the physicality and the technique way different to how it is with some of these teams. Header on. Number 12 for Mexico takes it into contact. Chavez pushing it wide. Rios now looking for the big working number 8. Coming in on the cut. Well, they're doing their best to hold on to the ball. They've been able to do that. Options both ways. Bermudez, Rios. Shows, then goes. And Mexico in the opening night, baptism of fire for them, where they played against Samoa, were beaten soundly by 64 points to 0. Better performance against Scotland on day 2 in the first match of the day, where they were beaten by 40 points to 7. And then their final match last night against Tonga, a very rampant Tongan side, where they lost 41-0. Passes are sticking. This is better play. And we often see that from these teams over the tournaments, where day 1 they're a bit starstruck or patterns are not right. The ball's been stolen now from Spain. The try scorer Martin. He's got plenty of supporters on the inside in Fairjaw. Knocked forward, advantage, and there has been none.
Okay.
And a warning there to Mexican number 3, Oscar Ferrell, making a tackle on a player without the ball. More possession for Spain, and Martin, one way then the other. Fairjaw. Good tackle coming in from Herjon of Mexico. That's the big hard-working number 8 that we mentioned. And the chip kick, how's the bounce? Is it good enough for Martin? Ignacio Martin on this occasion, yes. Well, looks like it was done in slow pace, actually. Slow motion, more than anything else. The rugby ball bounces in difficult ways. And then the tackle of Nadud. Ignacio Martin scores his first try. There's Spain. Rugby in Spain's been played since 1920. They qualified for the Rugby World Cup in 1999. And now has that travelled the required 10 metres? Oh, it looked like 9.5, but referee from Argentina says play on. And Mexico really need to strike next, and they won't be. It won't be helped with the ball being locked forward. Martin coming from a long way back as the sweeper. Now it's a 2-on-1 situation. That ball has been knocked forward. Well, a lot of mistakes coming in now. Well, the Spanish have played in 13 of the World Series tournaments. Made their debut at the start in Punta del Este in World Series 1. Prior to this tournament, 67 games played, 15 won, 51 loss. And they've also been at the hands of a couple of thumpings, one in particular against New Zealand. Heaviest defeat in the World Series 4 in Cardiff. 64-0 losing on that occasion. But looking much better here in Hong Kong as the siren for the 7 minutes goes. Moral discipline from Spain gives Mexico the final chance of the half to try and register some points in this game. Good tackle there going in from Juan Cano, number 8 for Spain. Possession's so difficult to get, and that's the difference between a lot of these sides. Better sides actually control it, hold on to the ball. It's much easier to play sevens when you've got the ball than chasing and defending. This is Martin, scored one of the first tries. Hands it off to Pablo Fejo. More advantage to Mexico as the ball's been knocked on. Long way to go. Nanu, well, he's one way then the other. He's going to get dragged out, but he thoughtfully stays in. Chavez just managed to keep his body inside the field of play. Marichiro Rios, that's the man there with the headgear, number 5. Thought he was going to kick it out, and I was thinking, hope he doesn't, because that would end the half. They desperately need to get some points in this game. Chavez. Ofril. Herjon. Well, knocked backwards. More play, needs some support. I think he's going to go out or knock the ball forward, and that's what's happened. Wow, disappointing half for Mexico. Sloppy game, lots of mistakes in this encounter between Spain and Mexico, and at the break Spain lead by a dozen. The stats there, they've leaped like homes in certain parts of the world. 25 tries conceded and only scored 1.
Oye, acordaros de una cosa, solo somos peligrosos después de un crack en el altar. De verdad, ¿eh? Vale, chicos.
Well, the Mexicans haven't disgraced themselves over the last 3 days, but just the difference in technique, physicality as well. They've been out-muscled, out-paced, and at times out-thought. So they'll learn from this experience, there's no doubt about that. Congratulations to the IRB for actually growing the game, now that it has become an Olympic sport, and from 2016 in Rio de Janeiro. We're underway with Rios from Mexico, kicking the required 10 metres. And this is Blanco, hard working forward, and you can see that game plan has changed here as far as the Mexicans are concerned. Looking to try and out-muscle the Mexicans now, the Spanish, and going the direct route. But a turnover now allows the Mexicans to get some ball. Wow, that's been knocked on by Rios. And rugby was first introduced into Mexico by a British oil worker in the 1930s. And politics intervened, and a cap was actually put on the game when the Mexican government nationalised the industry. And so if you're watching it anywhere around the globe, wondering, well, it's only in the 70s that the game was reintroduced by British national Walter Irvine. In 1974, he formed the Mexican Rugby Federation, which became the Mexican Rugby Federation in 2003, and a member of the IRB in the same year. That has been knocked back. That's play on. Much better passage here from Mexico. Plenty of players out to the right if he requires them. Trying to go all the way as Henning scored a try against Scotland. Now they need the quick ball. Professional fouls. Is this going to be the... Wow. Now we wait. Chavez pushing it out. Well, advantage has gone because it's allowed the Spanish defence to number up. Well, there's another advantage. It could be a yellow card. Yes, it is. This is a professional foul. So this should be
Time on.
big chance for the Mexicans now. 7 on 6. Well, he took the tap about 15 metres back from where it should have been. One way, then the other. This is Henning. He's in. He scored. Second try of the tournament for Mexico. Look at the smile on the face. Christian Henning plays for the Black Thunder club. And Chavez, look at that. He read it well. One way, then the other. Remember, it's 7 on 6. Even in the tackle of Pedro Martin. Too big, too strong. The man that, the 20-year-old.
The conversion is unsuccessful. Spain 12, Mexico 5.
This is a good response from the Spanish. Well, from the Mexicans as the Spanish look on. That's down to 6 players. Well, that should give the Mexicans some confidence heading into the last 4 minutes of this match. Remember, the loser spend the rest of the time in the south stand. Victorious team will go on and take on Zimbabwe, who were clinical earlier on in that match against Korea. This is a very good break now from Spain. Ignacio Martin, who scored the second try of the match. You can see the Mexicans now in the white shirts racing to get back, and guilty of going over the top, sealing, losing their feet. Ignacio Martin for Spain, the number 12. He's a class act. Well, important for Mexico while they do have an advantage. Well, now they're going to be restored to 7. So it's cost them 5 points. Is Mexico capable of going 75 metres? Rios. A little bit of trickiness there. One way, then the other. Carna, who's come on, one of the replacements. Oh, that's a lovely feed into the try scorer Henning. Bermudez, Rios, looking for one of the runners to come back on the angle, and that's what's happened. Farrell, big hard-working number 8 in the 15-a-side game. Wow, this is better from Mexico. A little bit fancy, but now they've given it to Henning. Try scorer. He's opted for the boot, and how's the bounce? It's a foot race now. Herjon is there for Mexico, but also is Carlos Blanco for Spain. Good work by Blanco as well to get back and to find some space. Now there's big holes in the Mexican defence that's been exploited This is number 6 for Spain, and Martin headed here. Fly half in the 15-a-side game. More advantage, and this is going to be costly.
Number 12, one side.
Well, can Spain put this beyond doubt? They lead by 7 with only a minute and a half remaining in the game. Juan Cano feeding inside the big ranging Ignacio Martin, and this will be a try to Juan Cano. Third try of the match for Spain.
Score for Spain, number 8, Joe Cano.
26-year-old from Madrid, 25 caps for the 15s. And look at this beautiful play, just getting in between the two players. He did so well, Ignacio Martin, and freeing his arms. And Juan Cano, he plays currently studying in France and playing for Lille Metropole. Well, there is a time limit on how much, well, there's a 40-second time limit on the kickers. And we saw it last night with Ben Gollings for England. What a kick. Brilliant. Ben Gollings, he was complaining that he didn't have enough time to take the kick. Andrew Lees from Australia didn't want to know anything about it. Thankfully, England were in a comfortable position at that stage. Well, the Mexicans, their first time here in Hong Kong, they'll go away with some happy memories, having scored 2 tries in the tournament, but also just the experience and the ability to play on the big stage as Rios goes into contact. You can see the different body shapes, and I'm sure that Pierre Simon will take away a lot from this as well in his coaching career. Hopefully we'll get to see these young men back in Hong Kong in 2012, and this is going to put it beyond doubt. It was already gone, but now Spain through Marcus Porgi. Try number 4. The 23-year-old born in Argentina, who made his debut here. And he is on debut as a student from La Villa Club. This comes from his parents of Flores. Nacho Martin adds the extras. Look at this. Stepping off the right foot, and then he accelerated. Good pace, good determination. Henning couldn't get there. And Spain have won this match quite comfortably in the end by 26 points to 5. They'll take on Zimbabwe in the Shield semi-final later this afternoon.